So Blackstar Amplifications, known for their, amps, have come out with their first ever digital piano, and if you couldn't tell by the size of the box, this isn't your regular digital piano. We've tried roll-up pianos, hand pianos, but now I introduce to you the foldable piano. This is the Carry On Folding Piano 88, and it was sent to us by Blackstar to check out on the channel, and it's the first ever folding piano of its kind to be officially released in Europe. Funny story, when they sent me the email asking if I wanted to try one out, I was a little wary as to whether or not it was actually legit, because they started off the email by saying, "I love your piano videos. As a piano player myself, I've learnt a lot from you." Last time I properly sat down in front of a keyboard was in high school when I took music GCSE, which I failed. So yeah, if you're watching this video expecting a professional to be playing this, I'm sorry, you're not getting that. So as well as the big feature of this keyboard being foldable, it also has 128 sounds. It can be used as a MIDI controller over USB. It comes with a sustain pedal, and it has a stereo speaker. It also has 128 accompaniments, 30 demo songs, and 6 metronome types. It also has a rechargeable battery over USB, and it gives you 8 hours of playtime on a full charge. All in all, very good features to have on a keyboard. Inside the box, we've got what I think is a tote bag. A Carry On Folding Piano tote bag. The manual, the sustain pedal, a micro USB cable, stickers for chords and notes, and finally, the keyboard itself. This is quite a lightweight keyboard. I think it's about 1.6 kilograms according to the specs, and that's just over 30 centimeters of height. You could store this anywhere. This is crazy. And now for the moment of truth. There's your keyboard. Oh, it's almost too easy. And there's your 88 key keyboard, like that. That in itself is very impressive. It's so big, I can't fit it all in frame. Just look at this thing, it's a full-size keyboard. It's gone from 30 centimeters to like 120 centimeters in a matter of seconds. The keys do feel good to use. They are solid plastic, but they are quite loud. They're a bit clackety, which isn't all that great, but you can turn up the stereo speakers on this keyboard quite loud, so it does do a fairly good job at covering up the sound of the keys. But I still think you're probably better off playing this thing with headphones, so you just get the raw sound and you don't hear any of the keys whatsoever. So on the main panel, you have everything that you would expect from a keyboard. You've got your sound selection, you've got your transpose settings, you've got your accompaniment selection, your demo selection, you've got tempo, metronome, and volume up and down. And then on the top here, you've got your headphone port, your micro USB port, which you can use to charge this thing, or you can plug it into your PC and use it as a MIDI controller. You've got your power button, and then you've got the port for the sustain pedal. So yeah, apart from the fact that you can fold this thing, everything else about it is just your standard keyboard. So let's put on some headphones and actually give this thing a proper go. Ow. And when I say give this thing a proper go, I mean play it terribly and then everybody has to go at me in the comments because I can't play it. I know I can't play it, that's why I wanted it, so I could learn how to play it. You can't learn how to play an instrument if you don't have one to begin with. Gotta be done. The embarrassing thing is that it took 30 minutes to do. It was so simple. I just don't have the mind-muscle connection to be able to play the piano well. At least not yet. I really need to train my brain. I think it's time we start messing around with the other sounds. Oh, here we go. Oh, I love me an orchestra hit. It's just the perfect sound. That's the only tune I could do now. And we're back to piano. Whew. So as I expected, in those 128 sounds, there's nothing new there. It's just all the sounds that you would expect from a keyboard. I wish I knew more, but that's all I've got. Now let's quickly go over some of the other features like the metronome, and you've got 6 different metronomes to choose from. Then you can adjust the speed of the metronome by hitting tempo and then upping or lowering the speed. Then you've got the demos. All right, we get the idea. Quick fire. And then you have the 128 different accompaniments. And then you have your transpose button where you can adjust the key of the entire keyboard. So we can make it higher, or we can make it lower. As far as keyboards go, this is a pretty standard keyboard. It doesn't really change up the formula much. It's got the same sounds, it's got the same settings. Obviously, if you plan on using it as a MIDI controller, the possibilities are endless. You can just do so much more with it. But if you're just using the pre-programmed stuff in this keyboard, you're just gonna get a standard keyboard. But really the only unique selling point of this keyboard is the fact that it can be so compact. Going from a full-size keyboard to something that you could put on your bookshelf. You could put it in a drawer, slide it underneath your sofa, put it in a bag. The fact that they've managed to make an 88-key digital piano so portable is just impressive. Obviously, there has been some sacrifices when it comes to the build quality when you compare it to just a regular keyboard. The keys are kind of loud and very clicky and there's no sensitivity in them, so no matter how hard you hit them, it's always going to make the same note, but they're still far better than the rubber keys that you get on the rollout keyboards like the one I tried out a few months ago. I found the rubber keys to be not very responsive and not at all satisfying to use, whereas the hard plastic ones were both responsive, satisfying, and overall just worked better. I know the roll-up keyboards can be even more compact, but I just feel like you're jeopardizing too much of the build quality when you go for something like that. Though this one isn't perfect, it's still a lot better than those ones. If you're looking for a keyboard that's more compact, is easy to travel with, but has more of a solid build, then I definitely think you should give this guy a go. But if you're looking to upgrade your keyboard to something with even more features, this is definitely not the one for you. But for me, as someone who doesn't already have a standard keyboard and is already running out of space to put instruments, this is bloody perfect. And with that, I think that's going to be it for another edition of Looted. Shout out to Keegan McAdams, Natasha Savage, Pika Foop, Luna, and George Acock on Patreon. Thank you very much for your support. And if you like this video, hit like. If you like all our videos, hit subscribe. We've got more videos on the way. You can also follow us on our social media pages. And if you want to support the channel even further, check out the link in the description to our Patreon page where we are now uploading monthly exclusive content. Join us on our Discord server and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.